Meanwhile, Donald Trump set to unveil his economic policy agenda on Monday as he shifts focus towards jobs and the economy. Hillary Clinton also pushing her economic agenda, but the former Congressional Budget Office director thinks her tax plan could be bad for growth.
A promise to raise taxes and create a $2.2 trillion deficit is a promise to harm growth. And so I think you have to be concerned about the implications for the average person on Main Street.
Steve Forbes, the Forbes media chairman, is here with me now. And Steve, you've gone over in detail all of the different taxes that Hillary said she would implement if she becomes president. What would happen to the economy if that happened?
Be a disaster. It would be like the 1970s, higher tax rates, more stagnant economy. It was bad enough what Barack Obama has done, a combination of regulations and tax increases. This is far worse. Capital gains tax going to 45%, corporate tax rates going up, taxing overseas profits and the like, soda taxes, payroll taxes going up.
By the way, the soda and payroll taxes, she had said that there would be no tax increases for anybody making less than $250,000. The payroll tax increase and soda tax, and I think there's a gun tax as well. That would hit people below that.
Absolutely. So this would just drain the economy. Take out capital, mean less business investment, less salary increases.
All right. Now, can Donald Trump, who is coming out with more focus on his economy, first of all, can he stay on message? Can he stay focused to sell his economic message next week?
Well, in hopes what's happened in the last 2 weeks has been a grim and a costly lesson for him. Monday, he can turn this campaign around dramatically. He already has a fellow named David Malpass on his economic team, so he's going to go after the Fed and bank regulation and hurting small bank lending business, hurting the bank lending to small businesses. Very good. His will be a tax cut plan versus her tax increase plan. So she's setting him up for Donald Trump to make the comeback next week.
Well, is it coherent? Is his plan, though, coherent? Because so often he shoots from the hip, and sometimes he changes the story. The line is clear?
I think on Monday he'll be reading from a script. He'll have that teleprompter there, and he knows if he doesn't stay on message, he's a loser. He doesn't want to be a loser.
Well, meanwhile, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is suing the federal government over rules that discourage companies from moving overseas in order to avoid taxes. So, Steve, first of all, does this lawsuit have any chance?
Well, what it does is emphasize the way the Treasury Department did it was wrong. So I think they have a good chance of winning in court. What she wants to do, Hillary Clinton wants to do next year, is take what Barack Obama tried to do by decree and make it a force of law. That's why these congressional elections are going to be critical. And this is another anti-growth thing she's proposed.
Well, Donald Trump wants to bring businesses back to the United States as well. The question is, I mean, she obviously, well, President Obama and perhaps Hillary as well want to use a stick. Is Trump for a carrot or a stick in bringing these companies back?
We'll learn more in Detroit. In the past, he's indicated sometimes in his originally tax plan that he wants to have the carrot there. You have a one-time low rate to bring taxes back instead of the 35, 39% we have here. If you bring money made from overseas, I don't know what rate he'll unveil on Monday, but if it's 8 or 10%, boy, that's going to be very positive.
It sounds, Steve, and forgive me for not knowing, but it sounds like you have made up your mind on Donald Trump. Am I right? Because you were kind of waffling a little bit at the beginning.
Well, I said I'd endorse the Republican nominee, and so I was distressed that the Republican nominee got so far off message and was shooting himself not on the foot but in the head and tummy and everything else last week. I hope that Detroit will be the beginning of the turn. His endorsing formally Paul Ryan is beginning to repair the damage.
Do you think?
And the key thing is if he goes on offense on the economic issue, it's going to be gold for him.
Do you think if he is planning to endorse Ryan tonight in Wisconsin, right there, he's in Des Moines, but after that endorsement, do you think Ryan and Trump could work together in selling an economic plan?
I think it's going to take several weeks if the Detroit speech is a good one and he doesn't look like he's going to trigger a trade war. Remember, we have mechanisms in place to deal with trade abuses. If it looks like it's a pro-growth Reagan-esque plan, I think that gives Ryan a pathway to have more cooperation, because if Ryan says we can get this plan through, boy, that's going to be very powerful on the campaign trail.